If you are thinking about becoming a mortgage broker, one of the biggest questions you're ever going to face is whether CMAP is actually worth doing it. After all, it costs money, it takes time, and it's a massive commitment. But when you compare the investment to the career opportunities it unlocks, the answer, honestly, becomes pretty clear. So here's a simple breakdown on whether or not CMAP is worth it in terms of the cost, the income potential, and long-term career value. So first thing is, how much does CMAP roughly cost? Well, CMAP is one of the most affordable regulated qualifications in financial services. It's actually pretty crazy when you compare it to things like accountants and IFAs and all of those other regulated kind of services. So typical cost is going to cost you anywhere from, say, £500 to £1,000 for the full qualification, depending on the provider that you go to. See, the exams are included unless you actually need resits. So obviously you've got to pay extra if you have resits, but that's kind of the cost. And resit costs the same as standard exam fees. So there's no extra or cheaper. It just is the same. And there's no annual renewal fees either or ongoing costs to stay qualified. You can join memberships and things like that, but you don't need to have them in order to do the job. Now, compared to most financial professions, like I said before, professional qualifications like this, it's pretty inexpensive, and especially what it actually gives you and what the career can actually become. So what career opportunities does CMAP create and unlock? So once you are CMAP qualified, you can work as a regulated mortgage advisor in a bank or an estate agency, employed. You could work as a mortgage broker in an independent firm. Again, you could be employed in that. You could work as a self-employed mortgage broker under a network, which is great and a great lucrative way of making money. You could work as a specialist advisor, so self-employed, buy-to-let, new build, adverse, second charge, things like that. You could work as a protection advisor. You technically don't need CMAP to be a protection advisor, but it does help. And you could also work as a broker who later expands into wealth, financial planning, and equity release. You do need extra qualifications for that, but it's the foundation that gives you the experience within that. So it's a qualification that opens multiple paths, not just one. So then let's talk about the earning potential after you get CMAP. So one of the biggest reasons people choose CMAP is its earning potential. You see, once you're qualified, a typical income is going to look something roughly like, and these are rough figures, so bear in mind they're going to range, but you're looking at, say, $25,000 to $35,000 starting salary as an employed broker. You're going to look at, say, $40,000 to $55,000 total earnings in your first year if you put commission on top of that and you're pretty good. Now you're going to look at $60,000 to $100,000 plus once you're established, and then $100,000 to $200,000 for top performing brokers. Those really good ones. It's also much higher, by the way, those income levels. For people who specialize or they build strong protection processes, it can be even higher than that. So for a qualification that costs less than £1,000, the return on investment is kind of ridiculous if you think about it. So is it hard? Is CMAP hard itself? Well, most people find CMAP very achievable if they study consistently, okay? I myself studied for it. I actually failed it. It is pretty hard, but once you get it, it's a bit easier, okay? But the mortgage modules, they are practical. They are multiple choice, so that's absolutely great. And there are scenario-based questions for real client work. Now, it's not easy to pass. Like I said before, I actually didn't pass first time, but I did pass second time very easily. But it's far more manageable than most other qualifications that are out there. So how long does it take to recover the cost of investment from getting CMAP? See, if you even get one paying client as a self-employed broker, honestly, you've probably covered your entire qualification cost. It's kind of that. Now, if you're employed, your CMAP cost is often recovered in the first few months of your commission, or some employers will reimburse you or even pay for the qualification once you're hired. You see, it's one of the fastest payback periods of any professional qualification out there that I've seen. It's pretty insane. So what is the long-term value of CMAP? Well, CMAP gives you a load of cool things. It gives you a lifelong FCA recognized qualification. It gives you access to a recession resilient, not proof, but resilient industry. It gives you access to a flexible career, so remote, hybrid, employed, self-employed, which is quite rare, and the ability to scale into much, much higher earning roles and a profession where your experience compounds year after year after year. You see, it's not just a piece of paper at all. It is the foundation of a long, stable, and well-paid career. Now, the thing is, if you think about taking CMAP, many people do it alongside their full-time job. So if you want to know how you can study alongside working full-time, so part-time studying, check out this video where I dive deep into that exact topic. Give it a click.